Hear me when I say this. Listen, it's how you're shining. You feel me? It's how success is finding you, even though things are blocking you. That's what brought the snakes out of their holes and into your grass. Be to God, man. They want to taste that water that God is pouring onto you and not onto them. Is you following? You are breaking generational curses, and it's only been less than a month. That's why you're hearing jealousy speak through the same people that you once called friend. You feel me? You're doing what your parents couldn't do. You're slaying evil and making it flee and building a healthy relationship with God personally, which is allowing him to put abundance in your house that he was trying to put in theirs. That's why now that you showed them difference, now that you showed them why you're favored, now that you showed them why God loves you, hate for you is going to be at an all-time high. But it's not going to stop you from touching the skies and the blessings that lay behind it.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Some people aren't ready to hear that you only feel the need to compare or you only feel jealousy when you're inherently insecure. When someone else has something that you want, but you don't believe that you can have it. Jealousy and comparison is not necessarily a bad thing because it speaks to you. Pay very close attention to what it says because that is telling you exactly where you think you're lacking, exactly what goals you want to fulfill. Why would you be jealous of someone, for example, going to law school unless you deep down wanted to go to law school as well? Because if someone has something that you want, if someone's doing something incredible, why would you not feel inspired? Why would that not motivate you? Why would that not make you more excited about achieving that in your own future? Unless you believed internally that you were not as capable as this person. I'm telling you, the minute you start clapping for other people's success, the minute you see someone succeed and you feel genuine happiness for them and you look at them and you're motivated, you're inspired, and you're like, I want to do that and I know I can do that and this is making me happy because it's proof that I can do that too, that is when you're going to flourish. But when you're like preying on people's downfalls because you don't think you can do the same thing, like bro, get a life. Like, if anything, seeing people do well should be your motivation, should be your proof that you are just as capable, if not more. You can emulate that. You can have that for yourself. Everyone deals with comparison and jealousy, but the way that you handle that and the way that you learn from it will help you in so many different ways if you do it correctly.
I used to think that people only became jealous and envious over materialistic things. Like, oh, okay, people get jealous over somebody has a better car or a better house or a finer husband, you know, and me who stays out the way, I'm just like, oh, there's nothing, like I shouldn't have any enemies because I stay to myself, right? And then you find out like, no, there are people that are dead ass jealous of your aura, jealous of your charismatic ways, jealous of your self-love, jealous of your confidence, jealous of your favor that you get from the Most High, all because you choose every day to be disciplined and decide to be a good person and decide that you want to understand why we're here. Like, there are dead ass people that walk around that are seriously confused about who they are, and they project it and take it out on the next person, and they fester that hate and then want to take it out on you. That's not a me problem. That's a
Anytime I hear people talk about jealousy or envy, it's always talked about from this standpoint of like, oh, people are jealous because you're doing something right, or if they envy you, you should see them as a fan, and like all this ego talk. Nobody really talks about the grieving that happens when you notice somebody's jealous of you. You have to like grieve the loss of that relationship, the loss of safety that you thought you had in that friendship or with that family member or whoever it is. Like, knowing somebody is jealous of you is never a good feeling, because then you have to think about, oh, when is the next time they'll try to embarrass me? When is the next time they'll try to, you know, knock my self-esteem or do something petty, all because of feelings that are out of my control. And then when we realize that somebody is jealous, typically our first instinct is to try to pour into them, make them feel just as confident, make them feel just as beautiful, or whatever energy they feel inferior about. You know what I mean? So the whole time we're trying to band-aid and help their insecurities while they're trying to sabotage you. You know, they feel like, oh, I can't be her, so I got to destroy her type energy.
Another interesting thing about jealousy that I think needs to be understood is the idea of proximity. So some people can admire you from afar because they aren't in your life. But as soon as they start to develop a relationship with you that allows them to see you closer up, that jealousy starts to, hit them, because they realize that the idea they had of you from a distance is actually true, and it's amplified now that they're in your presence. So what these people will do is they'll either create the distance by not speaking to you or being around you, because not only are they grappling with the insecurity that comes with being in your presence, but it's just a coping mechanism that they have. Now, obviously, this isn't fair and to justify their behavior, but we have to acknowledge that some people are self-aware about their jealousy, and what they would do is create that distance, because as soon as they get close to you, they start to harvest resentment and they start to become envious. So as much as it is kind of like a bittersweet blessing, I feel like proximity plays such a big role in the way in which people perceive you, and ultimately how they decide to cultivate that jealousy and how much it impacts you and them. So that's just one thing I found to technically be true in my life, but I would be interested in hearing, other people's perspective on this as well.
Hey y'all, so I just wanted to come and rap with y'all for a minute. And this has been something that I have been experiencing lately, and you probably experienced this. And a lot of part of my life, people will be drawn to us because they like certain things about us, and whatever that certain thing is. They might admire us for what we say, what we do, how we speak, how we show up. But what I've experienced often, and this is within my personal experiences with friendships, like I dealt with monitoring spirits and things like that, is a lot of people that admire you for being who you are and being who God made you to be. That admiration can also turn into jealousy, which is a very dangerous and a very scary thing, because when God removes the veil from over your eyes and you can see people not just in their flesh, but you can see the spirit that operates within them, it'll kind of blow your mind, because they'll show up in the space that they'll watch you and they act like they like you, but something in their spirit about you irritates them. For the same reason they admire you, they don't like you. But this is how you deal with these type of people. And the Bible say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against evil rulers and principalities, which are these spirits out here. Is that you continue to show up and be yourself and be who God made you to be. You continue to operate from a space of love. You continue to be your true self. You continue to treat people right. You just continue to do what you've been doing to attract, because we can't help who we attract. Light always attracts darkness, and that's the one thing I kind of hate about it. But we can't help who we are. You a good person, you a good heart, you treat people well, and sometimes for whatever reason that drives people crazy. But what I used to find myself doing was like, you know what, I'm gonna pay the background so I won't, they won't be so upset. I'm gonna just let them have the spotlight. No, you can't operate like that. God put a light in you to be a light in this world, and you have to show up and be that light, whether it cancels out darkness and it feels uncomfortable to you, because what's going to happen is that spirit is going to make you feel, or try to make you feel, infuriated, and it's going to try to make you feel defeated, when it really is something that they need to see about themselves so they can work on themselves. A lot of people walking out here with insecurities. A lot of people look really good on the surface, but if it's like a lottery ticket. Once you take a coin and you scratch it, you're gonna reveal something different, and sometimes you'll reveal a winner and sometimes you'll reveal a loser. So with that being said, because I experience it here on TikTok and social media and other places as well, admiration and jealousy together are a bad thing. And you know why I can speak about this? Because there used to be people that I used to admire, and then also at the same time be jealous of them, until I worked on myself. So it's something that if you're operating in this space, you're going to have to work on yourself and find things that you love about yourself, and be able to compliment other people and genuinely be happy for them in admiration. That's how you conquer jealousy, is first admitting it, and then complimenting people on the very thing that you're jealous of. And that's the only way you're going to heal, and to pray God and to ask him to deliver you from that spirit.
Did you know that women who are high performing, who have worked on their confidence, who actually have done the hard work of overcoming self-limiting beliefs, actually have a harder time making friends? This is a true thing, and I don't hear very many people talking about it. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing when a woman tests the boundaries of what she believed was possible, and other people are starting to notice this in her life. And instead of celebrating that with her, they are threatened by it. Oftentimes, I hear from many women who maybe have reached a certain threshold of success, like in their careers. They've started their own business. They've achieved a fitness, goal, or they've made a certain amount of money. When other women start to notice these things, there are interactions that become awkward and stilted and tense because those women are threatened by her success. And this is something that I think every single one of us needs to look at in ourselves. If you cannot celebrate others in their moment of joy, in their moment of blessing, in their moment of thriving, you have a big issue on your hands. It is a big issue. It is a big issue to not be able to celebrate someone else's success simply because you're struggling in that area. This is something that is an extremely unattractive trait. And I'm not talking about beauty. It is unattractive to allow your jealousy to squash someone else's moment of joy. None of us have a right to do this. None of us understand what that person went through to achieve that threshold. And it is our sovereign duty in ourselves to eradicate that quality. And how do you do that? How do you do that if you're struggling with jealousy with another woman? You compliment her. You get it out in the open, because then the shame doesn't eat you. It doesn't eat you alive. When you see what someone else has that you want, you get it out in the open. Tell her, you look beautiful. You look great. Wow, I'm so proud of you. This is incredible. I can't believe you achieved this. This is so awesome. And force yourself to do it, even if it's not coming from an authentic place, because it will eventually, because it makes you feel better to release yourself of begrudging someone their success. This is a lesson for all of us. Every single human being on this planet struggles with jealousy, but it is important to recognize when it's happening in yourself and actually reverse psychology the process, because it will make you a more attractive person, it will make you a more charismatic woman, and it will make you more confident. That is my tip for the day.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but jealousy and envy has nothing to do with you. And the moment you realize this, you'll stop feeling so bad about yourself and wondering why people can't be happy for you or why you can't share your wins with them. And trust me, this lesson took me over a decade to learn, and I still continue to learn about it. The truth is, jealousy and envy comes with success, and there's nothing you or I can do about it. And people can be jealous about so many different things. It doesn't even have to be success. It could be jealous of how you look, how other people love you, and so many things. The moment you realize that jealousy is really about the other person and their own insecurities or whatever it is they're going through in their life, is the moment you'll stop feeling bad and taking it so personal. I promise you, they're not trying to be evil or hateful or not like you or not happy for you. It's their own insecurities within that are stopping them from being happy for you. So instead of feeling upset or sad or that they're not a good person or you can't have them in your life, learn to stop sharing certain things with them. And if you have to cut them off, so be it. But for your own mental health and sanity, don't take any of it personal and extend them grace.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
When people are jealous of you, they're always making assumptions about who you are. Because in their mind, you're not a person, you are just an image of their insecurities. You can win the Nobel Peace Prize, you can find the cure to cancer, and these people will still find a way to villainize you. A lot of times, people who are jealous of you assume that you have it easy in life, because one of their worst fears is that you have had a hard life or that you have struggled, yet you still found a way to be successful. They don't want to admit that someone can be successful, attractive, have money, whatever it may be, and still have walked a difficult path. And this is a harsh reality and a harsh truth that a lot of us have to accept when it comes to dealing with jealous people. They're not truly happy for you. So with that being said, they will assume, they will try to sabotage you, ruin your reputation, project things onto you, make you seem like you are not enough or that you have had things handed to you. My headphone just fell out of my ear. They will make you feel like you don't deserve the things that you have. On the flip side, they may even assume the worst things about you. That you've been around with different guys or different women, that you are just a horrible person, that you're mean, that you're nasty. If you guys have ever experienced just random rumors about you or people coming up with these crazy ideas about who you are and you have no idea why, the biggest fear of someone who is insecure is an unproblematic, well put together individual. And remember that insecurity does not make someone a bad person. It's what they do with that insecurity. All of us have moments where we feel insecure, where we may compare ourselves to other people or feel like we're not doing enough. But it's when you are trying to ruin someone's life or when you are trying to sabotage them, manipulate other people to go against them, or just generally ignoring the hardships that they've had. And if you are the person dealing with this behavior, remember that we have one life and it is not meant to be lived to prove a point to people. Because life is not guaranteed for anyone, and if you spend your time dimming your light, making yourself small so that other people are uncomfortable, you're wasting your time.
Sometimes people are jealous of you because you are not jealous of them. A lot of us use our beauty, our intellect, our education, our finances, our possessions, and our acquisitions to define ourselves. And some of us take it a step further by using those very same things to separate ourselves from people, to make ourselves feel better than them, because the underlying issue is usually that most of us do not feel good enough. And so if you're the type of person who uses tangible items to separate yourself from people and to make yourself feel better, and you encounter someone who is not jealous of you, what then do you have as leverage over them to define yourself as better and greater? They strip away your power. Additionally, if the person who is not jealous of you actually celebrates the things that you think they should be jealous of, it makes you hate them even more, because their humility calls into question your superficiality. And a lot of us are not aware of that process. And so if you find that you're around someone who's pretty chill, pretty cool, they're humble, they don't bother you, they're not problematic, not into drama, and for whatever the reason you feel this unrest, and they unsettle you and they aggravate you and they frustrate you and they've done nothing wrong, it's usually because they are triggering something in you that you're unaware of, or they're triggering something in you that you're aware of that you've not worked on, and usually it is jealousy. And I'll be very honest with you, I'm an incredibly jealous person. I'm very, very, very jealous, but my jealousy looks like compliments, and my jealousy looks like celebration. If I'm jealous of you, I will leverage you to the highest level possible. I will treat you like the king and the queen that you are, because the reality is, if I treat you like shit, it's not going to give me your talents and your gifts. It's not going to make me feel better about myself. Like, what would me mistreating you do for my jealousy? Doesn't it just make sense to just deal with your jealousy internally and treat people externally beautifully? It have nothing to do with the self-hate that you walk with. And so I'll be very honest with you. My jealousy is next level, and the jealousy that I experience is towards monks. I'm 1,000% jealous of monks, bro. Like, monks are so powerful that they can elevate their minds to the point where they damn near levitate their bodies. They can meditate to the 10,000th dimension, and there aren't even 10,000 dimensions. Bro, if I encountered a monk, the first thing I'll be like, hey, yo, monk, come here, let me talk to you. Like, bro, do you understand how great you are? I'm so freaking jealous of you. My God, you are built in greatness. Please show me the way, young grasshopper. I would let the monk know I'm jealous, but I would celebrate it, because, again, my jealousy looks like celebration, not sabotage. Another set of people that I'm jealous of, people who like and love themselves. Damn it if I don't feel like I'm just tolerating myself every day. People who like and love themselves, I celebrate them to the highest level, and I'll pull them aside, and I've done it, and I will continue to do it. Hey, yo, young king or young queen, come here, let me talk to you. The way that you like and love on yourself is intoxicating. I'm jealous of hell, or jealous as hell of it, but please don't stop, because one day I want to be like you. Lead so that I can follow. My jealousy is complimentary. I don't sabotage. And a lot of you do not know how to gift people through your jealousy, and so you end up mistreating them because of how you feel about yourself. And so if you find yourself around good people who trigger this frustration within you, even though you've done nothing wrong, it could be because you have a very broken system of what important is, and that person simply isn't validating it for you. And that is a you problem, not a their problem, right? So that's what I want to contribute today. I hope that I've helped you. I hope that you learned something. I hope you find this content inspiring and relatable. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. All right, you absolutely know what's coming next. Here we go. Selfie stick, remote control, tripod thingy. Woo!
I had to step out in the rain for this download, so that's how much I need to get this out to y'all. Why do women get jealous? For me, if someone else is doing really well, it triggers my inner child, not my adult version, my inner child, in the sense of my adoptive mother tried to take credit for my work. She tried to always put me down and be better than me. She literally changed my identity to her name. This plays into my father wound that I had to perform for love and be the absolute best for him to stop working because he was a workaholic lawyer. And when this happens, I have to just take a breath and say phrases like, I am not my mother. When someone around me grows, I grow as well. The law of mirrors is direct. When I succeed, everyone around me succeeds. When my sister heals, I heal. When I thrive, everyone around me thrives. And I will literally say these phrases to myself and ground, because it's such a deep trauma for me of how terrible my family made me feel. They made me feel inadequate, unworthy, and if I wasn't the best, I wasn't worthy of love. And I had to share that, so I'm gonna go back inside because it's pouring down rain, but it just felt important. I love you. You got this.
From my experience, the ones who are the most jealous of you are entitled and lazy. Those are always the ones who refuse to put in the work for themselves, who do the least amount of work in life and yet expect the best outcomes in life. They do the bare minimum. They do the least and expect amazing things to happen. That is not how life works. If you want an extraordinary life, you have to put in extraordinary amount of time and work. And it takes years. Wealth is built off of a series of transactions, not just one. It's built off of time. Good choices over time. Hard work over time. Investing over time. Most people who are rich, they had years of failure before they had that amount of money. Even me, 8 years of failure, trial and error. 8 years of various things I tried out. We all have to start from a place. So work hard and wait your turn. There is no reason to envy other people. If you work hard and you never give up and you make smart choices, your time is right around the corner. It can be 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, even 10 years, but it's still coming. That's really what I got to say.
Come here. I got something to tell you. Guys, jealous people are so dangerous. I mean, like, when you're dealing with jealous energy, it's one of the most dangerous things ever. We're talking about co-workers, relationships, people. Jealousy is not good. I try to not tell anybody my business because people are just envious or just jealous. They want your light. Like, they want to steal your light. I have a story for you. So I went to dinner a long time, it was a couple of years ago, with some friends, and there was a group of girls there. And I had to like dim my light and my energy to their level. So I could see there was jealousy there. I could see they wanted to be like my kind of light. You know what, guys? Life shouldn't be like that. You have to be careful who you surround yourself with. Be careful who you interact with. Jealous people will give you the wrong advice. They're envious. They'll block your blessings. And you know what's going to happen? Something will fall out of escrow. Your meeting will go wrong because people are envious. They're unhappy. You don't want to surround yourself with people like that.
If you ever wondered why strangers are more likely to support you than your own friends and family, stay tuned because I'm going to tell you the tea. So I read this study on jealousy a few months ago, and I learned that people are more likely to be jealous of the people they are similar to. You know how people say that you can't really flourish in your hometown because people do not support you? It's really like a crabs in a bucket type of situation. Yeah, because you went to the same schools, grew up in the same neighborhood, everything was the same. But if you're doing things that they are not doing, that they are not capable of doing, they're going to be like, well, how is she doing it? And I'm not doing it. And we're in the same predicament. Way more rare for people to be jealous of a celebrity because they're so far away from us. We can't relate to them. We don't really know all of their story. And, you know, we assume, oh, it's luck. They're like that because they got lucky and they had different connections and all of these other things that we do not know. And that unknown factor is why we support their successes more than the people close to us. But the study also revealed that people who had more of a family-like bond, so like siblings and parents and really, really close friends, they experienced less envy and more happiness and pride because that person's accomplishments were more of a reflection of them by having them in their life. So it's just very interesting. And obviously this is not a one-size-fits-all situation. You know, most people in my life are very supportive. So I'm just speaking in general. I'm just speaking on the study. And yeah, I hope y'all learned something. Check that study out.
Let me put you on game and let you know how to spot somebody who's truly jealous of you. See, one thing that I've learned is the number one characteristic of a person who's envious and jealous of you is that every time you look around, they always want credit for things that's unnecessary. See, one thing that I've learned is you cannot fight with somebody's fear of credibility. When you're always in a position where you got friendships or you got any type of relationships where you got people in your life who always wants to take the credit for everything, you got to learn how to separate yourself from those type of people because it's always going to be a battle. One thing that I had to realize about that is that as much as I want to see people win, those type of people don't ever want to see people win because they always want to take the credit for everything. And I'm talking about even the small things. Sometimes you got to come to realization that some people got so much trauma built up that every time they do something, they always have to have a validating point to where they want people to applaud them or celebrate them, but they never do it for other people. I'm in a season right now where I understand the importance of not always being in the spotlight, because your silence is always going to get paid off quicker than your loudness. And some folks who suffer from trauma don't realize that. And I have come to the realization that I can't be around people who so loud that they always looking for a celebratory moment or always looking for validation, because they'll suck me in and make me feel like I'm a bad person because I don't celebrate every little thing that they want me to celebrate. Sometimes you got to realize that the only time people make you feel like you're not doing enough is because when they're not doing enough for you, and they want you to feel bad for choosing you over them. You better wake up and smell the coffee, because I'm telling you, it's getting real.
So for today's video, I'm going to be touching on the spirit of competitive jealousy and how it will literally ruin your life if you are the perpetrator, and things to look out for if you are on the receiving end of it. If you are the person operating from the spirit of competitive jealousy, you will begin to compare yourself to other people. Every little thing that person does, you will begin to dissect it, and you will also wonder why you cannot obtain the things that this person has. There is a natural level of competitiveness that each and every person has. It's perfectly normal, but when you are operating from a place of jealousy, you tend to exhaust energy that you have on trying to outdo another person. You will be working so hard, obsessing over trying to outdo someone to have something they have, and you will literally not even realize that what you're working for is not obtainable because it was never meant for you to have. This causes you to have self-esteem issues. It causes you to lose confidence in yourself. It makes you feel unworthy because you feel like, why can't I have the things this person has? Or why does this person or these people like this person more than me? You will literally start to pick apart everything about yourself because another person has something that you deem worthy to have. You will also start to have unhealthy habits of talking negative about this person to other people. You will literally become an agent of chaos in your environment. Even though this person has never done anything to you, it will literally start to take over your life. Now, if you are on the receiving end of this, these are things that you need to look out for. So when you are a target of someone and their competitive jealousy spirit, they will literally watch everything that you do. They will keep tabs on you. They will literally store information about you to use against you. And if this is something that is happening in your workplace, they will even go to great lengths to keep tabs on what you're doing outside of work through your social media platforms, forms of stalking. So this is where you have to literally block people. They will try to one-up you. So you can do something, they will have to try to do it 10 times greater than what you're doing. They will literally go out of their way to make themselves look better than you. If they feel like people like you more than them, they will go out of their way to try to sabotage the relationships that you have. They will also try to imitate things about you. So if they feel like you have a wonderful personality that people gravitate towards, they will try to take on your persona. Things about yourself that other people affiliate with you, they will try to take on those things. They will try to discredit you in front of other people to make you look bad. In their mind, they feel like it raises themselves up on a pedestal above you. And one of the last things is they will have a hard time celebrating a victory. It makes them feel like they are less than, and they don't want you to feel like you are above them.
Some of y'all be wrecking y'all brains trying to understand and figure out what it is about you that makes people jealous. And sometimes it be the people that have more than you. And you can't figure out why sometimes those people are jealous of you when it seems like they're doing better than you. The thing is, people are rarely jealous of materialistic things. I mean, sometimes they are, but most of the time people are not jealous of you because of what you have. Because most of what we have can be copied. What people are really jealous of is the things about you that can't be copied. They're jealous of your lights, your gift, your anointing, your calling, the way that you love so freely and the way that other people love on you, the way that you exude peace, love, and happiness, the way that you get through every trial and tribulation, and it seems like you do it with so much grace. They're looking at you like, how does this person keep doing this over and over and over again? It be the things that can't be copied that makes people jealous.
It's very obvious that a lot of you don't understand how powerful of an emotion jealousy actually is. Even the people that do care about you, that don't intend to cause you harm, can actually do so if they are jealous of you. It can be completely unintentional. They may not even be aware that it's happening, but you need to understand why silence is so important. Let me explain to you what's happening. When someone is jealous of you, when they're jealous of something that you have or something that you do, that emotion comes with an energy tied to it. People who understand this process know that when they feel emotions like jealousy, envy, and anger, you have to direct that energy to something else. It doesn't just disappear, you have to move it. Them just looking at you, them just being in your presence, just talking to you, will create that energy. And if they don't redirect it into either doing something that they love, doing something that will help them acquire whatever it is that they want in their lives, it's going to fester and it can cause delays. It has the potential to impact things that you have going on. But I don't want you to be afraid of sharing things with people. I don't want you to be completely against telling people things before they are fully formed. But you have to do your best to understand how people cope with feelings like this and what people's intentions for you really are. So until things are completely in fruition, it's usually best to just be quiet. And if you can't completely be quiet, say very little, redirect the conversation. But yeah, that's life.
You see, you lot that have decided to go on holiday in January to catch a little bit of winter sun. Do you think you're better than us, than the rest of us? Because I'm here to tell you that you are. Yeah. Every morning I'm waking up, right, and I'm seeing people's stories and I'm seeing palm trees, giraffes, yeah, hippopotamus, mountains, sun, yeah. Do you know what I can see? Pigeons, mangled foxes. There's not a single tree on the leaf. The earth is depressing. That's what I can see. Obviously, you lot have the cheat code. The cheat code is obviously to go on holiday in winter. Everyone knows that, yes. But the problem is, I say, yeah, I'm going away. I'm going away. I'm going to South Africa, sunny South Africa for Jan. And then it's just like January just comes and like I didn't book anything. So I just want to know, like, who's going to help me this year sort that out? Because I actually have immense jealousy. The jealousy is so immense, it's actually overshadowing any moment of joy in my life. I hope you guys enjoy your holidays, yeah, but come back, yeah? Yeah.
You really have to recognize the feelings that you're feeling because like every other emotion, jealousy is an emotion. It's just a very, very strong one. And once you're able to ask yourself, like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling so much anger and hatred towards this person? Most of the time, it's because they have something that you don't have. That is the part that hurts. That's the part that you're actually feeling, is that like, this person has this, but I don't have it. And like, what's wrong with me? And so you start hating that person for having what you don't have. So your girly self kind of has to jump in and remind you that, you know what, I have my own wins too. There's things that I've done as well that may not be on the level of this person, but makes me feel proud of who I am. Like, you have to build your own confidence in whatever it is that you've done, whatever it is you achieve, whatever it is that makes you feel proud of yourself. You have to remind yourself of those things. You have to work on building your own confidence because that's really what it is. You feel like you are incapable of getting whatever this person has because you don't feel confident enough to get those things. And then once you've done that, you kind of have to acknowledge that I'm not in competition with this person. Whatever this person gets does not mean that I don't get it. That's not how it works. Especially when you're in that like jealousy mind train, you really have to convince your brain that, wait a second, if this person got this or if this person has this, you know what that means for me? That means that I can get this. That means that this is for me too. That means that it's very, very possible. Nigerian parents will always say that, does that person have two heads? Why can't you do what they did? And that's literally what it is you have to have the mentality that did this thing, they achieved this thing for themselves. They didn't have two heads, so I could do it. Like, I'm capable of getting or achieving or accomplishing whatever this thing is. Instead of wasting your time feeling jealous about someone or something because they have something that you don't, just rework your mind. Speak to yourself, and I promise you, things will change so quickly. So quickly.
Well, some people be so fucking jealous, and you won't know it really until you fall out with them. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all really be pretending to like somebody, to be around them, to learn them, to snake them out? Like, how much energy and how miserable do you have to be to do some shit like that? Like, y'all so fucking stupid, but y'all don't be having all that energy when that nigga be knocking your head between the wash machine and the dryer, but you're quick to snake a female out. That's why I always say, when y'all say y'all a girls, I'm really a girls because I really give a fuck about my friends, and I'm very genuine when it comes to people that I fuck with. I have never snaked nobody out, talk about nobody behind their back, did no sneaky shit, because bitch, what the fuck? I'm not on that type of level. Y'all are too fucking grown to be messy. Y'all are too fucking grown to be sneaky. Y'all are too fucking grown to be conniving. Like, bitch, grow up. Go take care of your kids. Go get some sunlight. Go walk the park. Go do something constructive with your life. Only thing that y'all care about is men. Men. And the men don't even give a fuck about y'all. Every time somebody asks about how your girl doing. He said, who the fuck is that? Like, for real, like, why y'all be trying to snake people out and think that shit ain't gonna catch up to you? Because one thing about me, bitch, you can't kick me down. I'm gonna always stay up, bitch. 10 toes down, bitch. Like, the fuck? A lot of y'all be saying, well, it ain't materialistic shit. People could be jealous of your personality. It's also the materialistic shit. I have seen people faces squinch up when I pull up in my shit. When I pull up in my chart, I have seen people faces squinch when I hang around certain people, when certain people fuck with me. It's because they got so much hate in their heart, and they getting their ass beat so much by that nigga that they brain ain't functioning well. You could never snake me out, bitch, because I be always 10 steps ahead of you. Just know that. When I fuck with somebody, I fuck with them genuinely. I ain't trying to fuck with you to fuck you over or to talk about you and to know your business. I don't give a fuck enough. I actually live life. I actually take care of my kids, and I actually like doing things in life and enjoying life, because that's what life is about. Some of y'all so motherfucking snaky, and you think you play innocent and you act like you real. Get the fuck out of here. I could never be that bitch that go around and talk about people, be messy. I could never be that bitch that spent my whole time searching on shit and making up shit. That's some real crazy shit. You're a delusional bitch. You need to be on some fucking medication. Any bitch think I'm finna stop doing what the fuck I'm doing? You must not know me. I be telling y'all, bro, like, this shit is a drive to me. When people pray on my downfall, when people trying to kick me down, it makes me go harder, bitch. And I gotta show you, because fuck you. It's like I'm pretty much showing this to myself. I gotta be trying to be friends with people that snake them out and then be making up these wild stories and lying on folks and going behind people's back. You fucking with this person? That screams a lot. I remember one time when I was hanging around with this girl and she was friends with another girl, and then she told me, oh, I don't fuck with her like that. I should have known then that the bitch was a snake. I should have known then I should never hung around with this person, because if you talk about her to me, I could just imagine what you say about me. I just met you, bitch. You been knowing her, what, since high school? Only so far you can get with being snaky and conniving until that shit catch up with you. But the only question is that I'm asking out of you is, what you get out of it? What you get out of it?
Why do you guys hate influencers so bad? Because I have a theory, but you're not gonna like it. TikTok was all in a tizzy last week because a lot of brands were taking influencers to see Sabrina Carpenter, right? The one that got me, and I'll get to the theory, all right, it'll all make sense, was people saying that brands needed to stop doing events. They're not fair, they're a waste of money, it doesn't make them want to buy anything. It's not supposed to. These things are there for brand awareness and relationship building. So many other industries do the same thing. I used to work in pharmacy. This is literally empty. You don't think pharmaceutical companies do brand trips? Because they do. Holidays, excursions, meals. My dad's been taken on weekends away, helicopter rides, brand trips, and PR are everywhere. But when influencers get to do it, especially on this app, and I'll tell you exactly why. TikTok leveled the playing field for content creators. Everybody started to realize quite literally anybody can pick up their phone and do this. I mean, hell, even I managed to do it. And whilst that's a good thing, people hate it. Now, you see people that look just like you, same age as you, from a small town, still living in their mom's house just like you are, all of a sudden being afforded all these opportunities, living what looks to be this amazing life, and surpassing you. It hits too close to home. Because in your mind, it could have been you, but it's not. And you hate it. People like to see people doing well, but not better than them. I'm not saying anyone is jealous of me, because I'm just Chisholm from the block. You know what I mean? Like, who am I? But in general, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not, but you can try. I honestly think that is the problem. Let's just be frank. All right, let's be Lampard. If your dream brand approached you, we're gonna take you here, take you there, all expenses paid, you don't even have to post if you don't want to, you would say yes. The fact that you yourself would say yes suggests you don't actually think there's anything wrong with it. What's wrong is that it's not you. Like, how can you be mad at someone for getting an opportunity that you would say yes to if you had the opportunity? Exactly. If it's anything other than jealousy, let me know. I want to hear it. That's just what it's giving. All right? I'm sorry.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.